ஓம் ஐந்து கரத்தனை ஆனை முகத்தனை இந்தின் இளம்பிறை போலும் எயிற்றனை நந்தி மகந்தனை ஞானக் கொழுந்தினை உஞ்சியில் வைத்தடி போற்றுகின்றேனே. தந்தை தாயாவானும் சார்கதீங்கு ஆவானும் அந்தமிலா இன்பம் நமக்கு ஆவானும் எந்தமது ஊனாகுவானும் உயிராகுவானும் அருட்கோனாகுவானும் குரு. சரஸ்வதி நமஸ்துभ्यं வரதே காமரூபிணி வித்யாரம்பம் கரிஷ்யாமி சித்திர்பவது மே சதா. ஆத்தாளை எங்கள் அகிலாண்டவல்லியை அண்டமெல்லாம் பூத்தாளை மாதுளம் பூ நிறத்தாளை புவியடங்கக் காத்தாளை அங்கைய பாஷாங்குஷம் கருப்பு வில்லும் சேர்த்தாளை முக்கண்ணியை கொள்வார்க்கொரு தீங்கில்லையே. ஹரி ஓம். सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणि नमोऽस्तुते. सृष्टिस्थितिविनाशानां शक्तिभूते सनातनी गुणाश्रये गुणमये नारायणि नमोऽस्तुते. शरणागतदीनार्थ परित्राणपरायणे सर्वस्यार्तिहरे देवी नारायणि नमोऽस्तुते. We have seen Prathama Charitram and Madhyama Charitram. The Prathama Charitra, the King Surata came out of his country because of fear from his enemies and his own generals and ministers, and Samadhi, the businessman, also was chased away by his family members. Both met in a forest and near a ashram of Rishi Medas, and they were telling the Rishi their plight. Then the Rishi was telling them, whatever happens in our life is because of Devi. So if you worship Devi, you will get rid of your problem. Then they asked about the glories, birth and everything about Devi. Then he was telling one by one. Initially he gave account of Madhu Kaitaba. I hope because of this Madhu, Krishna also got his name in Mahabharata, particularly Gita, Madhusudana, who killed the demon Madhu. Then Brahma, the creator himself, the generator, possibly the O for operator, D for destroyer, I suppose, the god Brahma himself invoked Devi and he was saved by Devi through Vishnu. Then he narrated the account of Mahishasura Vadha, which we celebrate in Sharat Ritu, that is around October. Navaratri. After that, the Rishi proceeds to narrate the story of Shumbha Nishumbha Vadha. It is the 6th chapter in Devi Mahatmyam. So once upon a time there were two brothers, Shumbha and Nishumbha. Generally, people who want to occupy or usurp, take away others' things are asuras. So these asuras went to Devaloka and chased away the Devas, and Devas again got into trouble. So they remembered already Mahishasura Mardini saved us. So, and she gave a word also, whenever you are in trouble, you just remember me, I will come and protect you. And whoever recites the stotra recited by you, I will protect them also. So that was the boon given by Devi, Mahishasura Mardini. So the Devas started glorifying, praising, worshipping, praying Devi. In this context, the famous lines Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu, starting with that, so and so, then Namastasyai, 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 Namo Namaha, ends with this. So the famous couplets, around 23 of them, comes in this chapter 6th. The number I have a doubt whether I am telling the number correctly, the chapter number correctly. Let me verify. Chapter number 5, not 6 but 5. So sloka number 14 onwards. Chapter 5, shloka number 14 onwards. या देवी सर्वभूतेषु विष्णुमायेति शब्दिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः। या देवी सर्वभूतेषु चेतना इत्यभिधीयते नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः। या देवी सर्वभूतेषु बुद्धिरूपेण निद्रारूपेण क्षुधारूपेण छायारूपेण शक्तिरूपेण तृष्णारूपेण क्षान्तिरूपेण जातिरूपेण लज्जारूपेण शान्तिरूपेण श्रद्धारूपेण कान्तिरूपेण लक्ष्मीरूपेण वृत्तिरूपेण स्मृतिरूपेण दयारूपेण तुष्टिरूपेण मातृरूपेण भ्रान्तिरूपेण. Up to here it is very visible. Sloka number 76. Then the 77th, there is little different. Vyapti Devyai Namo Namaha. Then 80th, Chiti Rupena. Up to this it's 23 forms where a number. That is Vishnu Maya, Chetana, Buddhi, Nidra, Kshuda, Chaya, Shakti, Trishna, Kshanti, Jati, Lajja, Shanti, Shraddha, Kanti, Lakshmi, Vritti, Smriti, Daya, Tushti, Matru, Bhranti, Vyapti, Chiti. When Devas were praying to Devi in this manner, then Devi came in front of them. They were doing this prayer somewhere around the Himalayas. So Parvati Devi, she came out for a bath to Ganga. At the time she saw Devas praying to Devi. So she inquired Devas, what is the problem with you people? Then they told her the problem. Then out of Parvati Devi, a Devi came out by the name, there are many names, one name is Kaushiki. Koshat Jayate iti Kaushiki. So the Kaushiki Devi came out, and when Parvati asked Devas, then Kaushiki Devi came out and informed Parvati Devi they are praying for protection from Shumba Nishumbhas. Then hearing that, Parvati Devi, she became Kalika. Because of anger, she became Kalika. And this was seen by spies and servants of Shumba Nishumba by the name Chanda and Munda. And they went to their king, Shumba Nishumba, and they informed that they saw Kaushiki Ambika, like Surpanaka, when she failed in her attempt, she went to Ravana and informed him that there is a beautiful lady or girl by the name Sita. When I tried to take her for you and I was attacked. Something like that, the Chandamunda also went to Nishumba and they praised Sumba and Nishumba of having everything in the world, precious and great. So they gave an account of whatever things Shumba Nishumba were having. You got Airavata from Indra and Uchchaishrava. Airavata is a white elephant and Uchchaishrava's white horse, which came out of churning the Milky Ocean. Then Parijata tree from Devaloka. Then from Brahma you got Vimana. So here we get information that Vimana was with Brahmaji, possibly even earlier to Kubera, having which we saw in Ramayana. So then from Kubera you got Mahapadma, the heap of wealth. Then from Varuna you got Chatram. From ocean, god of ocean, you got Kinjalkini Mala made of lotus. Then from Prajapati you got a great chariot. From Mrityu you got a weapon, Shakti, by the name Utkrandita. Then from the Lord of Sea you got Pasha. Then whatever jewels in the ocean, that also you got. From Agni you got clothes purified by Agni. So you got everything in the well, but only one thing you are lacking now. That we found out now. We went to Himalaya. There we saw a girl. If she only comes to you, marry you, then you have everything in the world best to you. Then the Shumba sent his messenger Sugriva. This is another Sugriva. His messenger's name is also Sugriva. So he sent Sugriva to Devi, Kaushiki, and he came and told Devi, explaining what are all Shumba Nishumbas who were having. The whole list they gave. So it is very rare chance. Nobody of some such stature will offer such a thing, but you are very lucky. So our king is offering that he is ready to marry you. So you please come to our king. Then Bhagavati Durga told the messenger Sugriva, that is very good, but I have a problem with that, because I have a vow promise that whoever wins me will be my husband. So that is my, without knowing things, because of ignorant or so, ignorant of your king. So I took such a vow, whoever wins me in fight will marry me, can marry me, they will be my husband. So what can I do? I am helpless in marrying your king unless he wins me. So till then the 5th chapter, then starts the 6th chapter. the Sugriva messenger came back to Shumba and informed him, this is how the girl replied. She didn't even bother about your glories. So this is her condition. So she wants you to win her in war. So hearing this, till then nobody was there to question him, even to look at his face. So now a girl was telling this, so he was very wild. Then he called his general Dhumralochana, asked him to fetch her by her hair brutally. How haughty she is telling like this to me, bring her to me. Then this Dhumralochana went with a huge army. He reached the Himalayan range where Kaushiki Devi was sitting, and he told Devi, you please, it is on your good thing. As a well-wisher, I am telling you, you please obey my king, or else you have to face the consequences. If you are coming on your own, it is well and good. I will take you to my king, or I will take you by force. So that is the behavior of asuras. So Devi didn't care about him. So when he tried to catch hold of her, she just made a sound like that. That's it. Dhumralochana burned into ashes. And the lion of Devi, which is her Vahana, that took care of the army, came along with Dhumralochana. So the people, whoever could escape, they came and told Shumba that Dhumralochana was burned into ashes within seconds. There was no fight at all even. Then the Shumba was enraged more. Then he called Chanda and Munda, another brothers, and telling them, either bring her live, if not possible, kill her and the lion, and come and inform me. So with this, the 6th chapter comes to an end. Then the 7th chapter. So Devi was sitting in the Himalayan mountain happily with a smile. Coolly she was sitting there. And the army came along with Chanda and Munda, saw her. Without even caring anybody, she was sitting there. They were also enraged. Then they forced on her. They tried to hatch her. Then the Kali, who came out of Parvati earlier, she came out from Kaushiki Devi wearing a tiger skin. She destroyed the whole army of Chanda and Munda. Seeing the destruction of his army, like the flies in front of fire, Chanda came for a straight fight with Kali along with Munda. There were a heavy fight happened. Finally, Kali, Devi, holding his hair, separated his head from body with sword. Then Munda, he also came and fought with her. He also met with the same fate. And bringing the head of Chanda and Munda, Kali submitted to Chandika, that is Kaushiki Devi, telling her that I have done my job, now it's your turn to take care of Shumba and Nishumba. Then Chandika Devi told Kali, as you brought the Mundas of Chanda and Munda, you will be called hereafter Chamunda. So with this, the 7th chapter comes to an end. So this news also went to Shumba Nishumba. And on hearing, along with the army, Chanda Munda were killed. Huge army consisted of 86 group of Daityas, 84 groups of Kambus, then 50 groups of Koti, then Kalakas, Daurhadas, Mauryas, Kalakeyas, and so on, Asuras. A huge army was accumulated, collected by Shumba, and he came for direct war with, fight with Chandika. When a huge army of Asuras on the captainship of Shumba Nishumba coming to fight with Chandika, all the Devas, including Brahma, Isha, Guha, Vishnu, Indra, and so on, they all brought out their Shakti, Devi, from them to join in the battle along with Chandika and Kali. So from Brahma came Brahmani, from Maheshwara came Maheshwari, from Kumara came Kaumari, from Vishnu came Vaishnavi, from Varaha came Varahi, from Narasimha came Narasimhi, from Indra came Aindri, who is Sahasra Nayana, who is with 1,000 eyes. Then the Ishana, that is Shiva, told Chandika, let the game started for me to enjoy. So as though there is a cricket match going on, Shiva told Chandika, I am ready to watch the fanfare. Then a Devi came out of Chandika. She instructed Shiva, Ishana, you go to Shumba Nishumba and go as a messenger and tell them that let Indra rule his own land, that is Devaloka, and if they want to be alive, then they can proceed to their land, that is Patala. So let us give them a fair chance. If they still want to vacate others' place, occupy others' place because of their beast power, then let them be eaten by my foxes or jackals. So she continued that I am kind enough to give them a chance to rectify their mistake. So you go and inform them, are they ready for a peace treaty? They can have their own land and Devas can have their own lands. They can live in their own lands. Are they coming for the peace treaty? As Shiva was sent by this Devi, she is called Shiva Duti. Shiva was sent as Duta by this Devi, so she is called Shiva Duti. Of course, contrary to the expectations, Asuras became angry and they saw this, or as they saw this as a intimidation, they reached the place of Katyayani, alias Kaushiki. Then Kaushiki countered them with arrows, Kali with Sula and sword, and Brahmani. Every Devi had their own tactics or fighting style. Brahmani, she has a Kamandalu. Because Brahma has a Kamandalu, there are descriptions how they were looking. So Brahmani has a Kamandalu. So she sprinkled the water. Whomever she sprinkles the water, they will become weak. So she was doing that. Then Mageshwari was fighting with Trishula, Vaishnavi with Chakra, Kaumari with Shakti, and Aindri with Kulisha, otherwise known as Vajra. Then Varahi with her Tunda, that is peak-like face. Then Damstragra with its teeth. It was hitting the chest of the Asuras. Then Varahi has Chakra also, and she was fighting with Chakra also. Then Narasimhi with Nakha, she was torturing the Asuras, and of course, if possible, she was eating also. Then Shivaduti also was eating them up, and with this many Matas, Shakti fighting fiercely, the Asuras were running away. Then a Asura called Rakta Bija was sent by to bring the army in order. He entered the scene. He has a boon that every blood drops from him when reaches the earth, one more Asura like him will come about. It is something like from genes coming out. So from his blood, a new Asura like him will come out. So initially, Aindri fought with him and attacked with Vajra. The blood was oozing away and a lot of Asuras like him were coming out. she attacked with Vajra on his head. Again, the blood was coming out and many mushroomed again. Then Vaishnavi tried. She fought with him with chakra, and Aindri, she tried with Gada also, because some people will have some wound. They may be killed by one or another. So they were trying all the things. Then Kaumari fought with Shakti, Varahi with sword, Maheshwari with Trishula. As many attack he was facing, so many blood was coming out, and so many new Rakta Bija Asura also was coming out. Then Chantika, that is Kaushiki, saw that. She changed her strategy. She ordered Kali, you go and gulp them down. All the Rakta Bijas, you swallow them up, and you drink the blood of him also, the original Rakta Bijasura. Then Kali was tasked with it. She came into the battlefield. After that, Chandika stroked him with Shula, Vajra, Bana, sword, arrows, and whatever she could. With everything she was attacking him. And Kali was doing her job best. She didn't allow any drop of blood oozing out and falling down. She was drinking everything. So finally Rakta Bija died short of blood. With this, the 8th chapter comes to an end. Then the 9th chapter. So after this, Rakta Bija also was annihilated. Shumba Nishumba came for direct war. After a heavy fight, Nishumba fell to the ground. Seeing that the younger brother fall, the Shumba became fiery. He came and attacked Chandika. And the fighting continued with Shumba, and Devi attacked him with Shula. He fell down unconscious. By this time, Nishumba got back again. He regained his consciousness, fought a fiery battle to be killed by Shula, by Chandika, that is Kaushiki. When he was hit by Trishula in his chest, another Nishumba came out. And at once Chandika cut his head. So he died away. With this 9th chapter comes to an end. Then the 10th chapter. Shumba, possibly he realized the situation. He might have thought it is not possible for him to fight with these people, a crowd of them, Chandika, Kali, Brahmani, Maheshwari, Aintri, Kaumari, and so on. So possibly he thought he should change his war strategy. So he spoke to Devi. You are claiming that you are very powerful, but you are taking help of others now. Don't be that haughty. If you can afford to fight me alone, let us fight alone. Then Devi replied him, "You ignorant, I am the only person here. They are all my partners. We are together as an alliance. They are none other than me." So Ambika Kaushiki took all of them back into her. She assumed a single form. Then she challenged Shumba. "Now I am one and alone. Try me." Heavy fight broke out. Finally, Devi pierced him with Shula. With that, the 10th chapter comes to an end. Then the 11th chapter, after everybody were washed out, the remaining people went to Patala. Devas got back their territory, and they were praising Devi. It is in this context, there is 11th chapter, the praise of Devas only comes these famous lines: "Sarva Mangala Mangalye Shive Sarvartha Sadhike Sharanye Triyambake Gauri Narayani Namostute Shrishti Sthiti Vinashanam Shakti Bhute Sanatani." The number is 10th, 11th and 13th shlokas of 11th chapter. Shrishti Sthiti Vinashanam Shakti Bhute Sanatani Gunashraye Gunamaye Narayani Namostute Sharanagada Dinartha Paritrana Parayane Sarvasyarti Hare Devi Narayani Namostute. And in this context also, so when Brahmani all came out, then also there was a description of them. And in this context also, their description comes after these shlokas. So, the 11th chapter goes in praise of Devi for saving the gods from Asuras, and as Devi was happy with their gratitude of Devas, she asked them, "What do you want?" Then Devas told, "In future also, as you are protecting us always, in future also if there is any problem, please protect us." Then Devi gave a account of future possibilities and rescue operations from 40th shloka onwards in the 11th chapter. With that, 11th chapter comes to an end. Then the 12th chapter, gives us the details of what we will get by reading, chanting, listening or doing puja with Devi Mahatmyam. Then we say Palashruti, or here it is told Palastuti. every stotra, for example, you may be well aware of Shankatanashana Ganesha Stotra. So towards the end, you will get, whoever reads that, chants that, what are all the benefits they will be getting. In Vishnu Sahasranamam also, even for Gita, there is a Gita Mahatmyam and so on. So generally every stotra will be having the details. By chanting that, what are doing puja with that, what we will get. So those details are coming in the 12th chapter. Maybe one may give the details of that. Then comes after giving these details, Devi disappeared. Then the Rishi, in between also there were some Rishi, the Raja conversation. So this is the final. The Rishi told the king, this is how Devi, whenever people are in distress, whenever called, whenever addressed, she comes and protects them. It happened with again and again with Devas, even it happened with Brahma. All of them were protected by Devi. So you people also don't worry. You can worship Devi. So you also get whatever you want. So with this 12th chapter comes to an end. Then Varapradhanam is the 13th chapter. The Rishi told him, this is what the glories of Devi. So because of Devi only, you people are in delusion with your relatives, country and so on. And with her grace only you will be able to come out of that. So you please worship her. Then the context changes to Markandeya Rishi. Then he gives us the detail that the king Surata and the businessman Samadhi both got initiated by Medas Rishi, and he told them how to worship Devi, in what manner, what will be the vratas, niyamas, the regulations, mantras, the method of puja and so on. So they went, and out of the river sand they prepared a form of Devi, and they followed all the regulations instructed by the Rishi, and they worshipped Devi. And pleased with them, Devi Chandi appeared in front of them, and she asked them, what do you want? Then the king asked that I want my country back, I want to win over my enemies, and even if I have a next Janma, in that Janma also I should be having a country where there is no enemies. or no enemies can win over me. So that is his pakwa. So Devi, whatever we ask, Devi will give. It is in our intelligent we have to ask things. So the king asked Laukika things, and Devi granted her that. But the Vaishya, because of he had the Vairagya and the maturity and the wisdom, so he asked, I want knowledge, jnanam. Then Devi told the king, hereafter you will win your enemies, and thereafter no enemies can win you. And after this Janma, you will take birth to Vivaswan with the name Savarni. Then you will become the Manu of that Manvantara. Savarni Manvantara. There is one Manvantara called by the name Savarni. Maybe it is not one Manvantara. There are many Savarnis. We see the detail little bit in Gita. In 13th chapter, I suppose, there is a mention about Manus. Chatvaro Rishayaha and Manus and so on. There Shankara gives there the mention of Manus by the number 4, I suppose. So generally it is 14, because it is mentioned there 4. Shankara took, they are the Savarni Manus, 4 Savarni Manus. So here Devi told, you will become the Savarni Manu in the next birth. And she turned towards the Vaishya businessman. You will gain moksha, because you wanted that. So the knowledge will give you the moksha. Then Devi disappeared. With this 13th chapter, 700 slokas finishes. The Devi Mahatmyam or Durga Saptashati comes to an end. Then there is a Uttara Bhaga, which is outside of Devi Mahatmyam, with the details how to do puja and puja mantras and so on. So thank you all. Because of you people, I get chances of going through Mahabharata, Ramayana, and now Devi Mahatmyam. If there is any question, you may ask. Otherwise, we will conclude the class. Okay, prayer. सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा मृतङ्गमय ॐ हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ सर्वं ब्रह्मार्पणमस्तु श्रीकृष्णार्पणमस्तु हरि ओम शुभरात्रि हरि ओम we have to yet to decide on further class, so after deciding we will continue the class. Maybe Mataji will give you further instructions. Hari Om Shubharatri. Hari Om.
Looking forward to seeing you again in person.
Hari Om. Thank you.
Hari Om.
Shubharatri.